Aloha, YouTube family. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Kai, aka King Kai, checking in with y'all for today. I got about 9 minutes, and if you guys did watch my video from yesterday that I recorded, talking about semen retention, knowing your self-worth as a man while you're retaining, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up where I left off, which was around like an 8-minute mark, talking about just knowing your value, man, and why retaining is just so powerful, right, and stuff like that. So without further ado, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and just hop into it and get this video over with while it being very informative as well at the same time. And then I got about another 2 videos I'm gonna make for y'all, and I'm gonna upload them after this one. So, as I was saying from yesterday, guys, knowing your self-worth while you're retaining, the reason why that's so powerful, right, is because it teaches you very valuable lessons, man, that you just couldn't learn if you weren't retaining, right? See, I guarantee at least the majority of you guys, maybe 60%, 65%, maybe 70, maybe 75, right, can most likely, I'd say agree with me that when you were relapsing, when you weren't retaining, man, when you weren't giving any thought to how destructive you were being when you were relapsing and all that type of stuff, how truly horrific of a situation you were putting yourself in, right? And that could be scary, man. That could be real scary when you're retaining, right? And I think that's the problem, man, that a lot of guys really don't consider, man, seriously. Because at least when you retain, man, after like a certain period of being on it for so long, you kind of may tend to notice that, yeah, okay, wow, I can actually think a heck of a lot clearer than what I used to be able to think before. I can actually make up my mind now on certain things like I couldn't before. My headspace is so much more clear. I noticed that my thoughts are becoming more positive, right, than they were before. You guys see what I mean, right? And I think that's what's powerful about it, man. And I think a lot of guys really don't. I think a lot of guys really just don't consider that, man. Because when you're relapsing, dude, I mean, you got the brain fog. You don't have any confidence in yourself. You see yourself as unworthy when you're in the presence of people, man. Not just women, man. Just people. People in general. People you come across every single day. People you may walk past every single day. You may see yourself as unworthy as. You may see yourself unworthy of being able to look them in the eye. So you probably may tend to look down, look around. Not looking them in the eye when they're speaking to you, man. And then when you're speaking in return, you're not speaking with, with that deepness in your voice, man. Because when you retain for certain periods of time, man, you got that deepness in your voice, right? People can hear you. People can understand what you're saying, man, because you make so much more sense now, right? Before, when you were relapsing, man, you weren't like that, right? I guarantee you guys weren't like that. I wasn't like that, man. And I gotta say, man, when you retain, man, it's very true, man, that after a certain period, your voice does get deeper. You do tend to have more of a sense of self-worth, man. More self-gratification, right? Because you appreciate how far you've come on this journey. You appreciate the amount of time and effort, man, that you put into bettering yourself as a man, dude. Y'all know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's why retaining is so freaking powerful, man. Seriously. And like I said, man, in my very first video, man, a few of the things I probably said y'all have already heard a million times before, right? However, sometimes, a lot of these things have to keep being said, right? Because it just don't click with everybody. Not everybody gets it, right? Not everyone understands. So sometimes some things have to be repeated, man. Sorry about that, guys. I kind of tend to notice, man, that I do that. I say man a lot. So that's aggravating. Believe me, I know. Bad habit of mine. I'm working on it. Anyways, also while retaining, that's just what it is, You learn a lot of different things that you didn't before when you were relapsing. It teaches you a lot, dude. It really does. It just shows you how much you're literally weakening yourself when you're constantly relapsing, when you're constantly looking at yourself as having no self-worth. You don't even appreciate who you are, dude. So a lot of other people are not really going to appreciate you as much either, especially if you don't appreciate yourself. A lot of people are going to disrespect you, dude. And that's the thing about retention, is it helps you get over so many different obstacles that you couldn't before, right? And I think that's powerful. That's really powerful, dude, seriously. And even with all that being said, me, myself, and I'm still getting better every single day. Coming up on that mark. Like I said, I don't know if I said it yesterday in the video that I made, but I'm coming up on that day, so I'm gonna make an update video for you guys, but I'm gonna wait till I hit that day and then I'm gonna make it. But even with all that being said, you'll still learn a lot of valuable lessons that you didn't when you were relapsing. Man, you really will develop so much self-worth and understand so much more about how important your self-worth is, about how having self-worth is so important, man, as a dude. Because a lot of people, man, they say semen retention is placebo effect. I mean, but stuff like that, right? Like I said, you guys have heard this, man. I don't even have to go into detail because you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But you can't believe that, man. You have to believe that. You know what? Maybe semen retention isn't a joke. Maybe before, yeah, I was laughing, I was thinking it wasn't anything, stuff like that. But how can you, how can you say that it's just trash, it don't work, it's placebo effect if you've never even tried it, man? Right? You have to try it. You have to try it, right? Like, how do you know it's placebo effect if you've never tried it, right? Like, if you get on semen retention, dude, and at least go a week, it's undeniable, man, that even you will have to admit that you did feel some kind of burst of energy, dude. And that's facts. You can't deny that. You can't deny the burst of energy, man, in that first week, first 2 weeks alone, dude. I guarantee you, man, if you never tried semen retention and you get on it, that first week, the second week, that energy boost, man, you're gonna feel, dude. You are. It's inevitable, man, that you're not gonna feel it, right? Because when I first got on semen retention, dude, like when I first had ever tried semen retention for the first time, right? I had went 11 days, right? I went 11 days, and I swear to you guys, man, and I'm not kidding. I can't joke about this. I went out one day to go to the lake like I normally do, which is where I'm at now. I have felt such a burst of energy just from that first week alone that it was unexplainable, dude. Right? I couldn't even begin to fathom to explain to y'all in any kind of practical sense what I mean by when I literally had a burst of energy. Like, I could literally feel like that energy moving up in me, right? And when I went out to the lake, dude, I went out to the lake probably around, like, if you live here in the United States and all that, Eastern time and all that, right? I came out to the lake probably around, like, I don't know, 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Stayed out here till like almost 8, 9 o'clock, man. Just running, working out, working out. I swear, dude, before I went, I could never, I could never do that. Because I was always relapsing, right? Watching corn, literally. Right? But with that being said, guys, I hope y'all understand y'all self-worth as a man and why it's so important to retain. I got 28 seconds left, so let me make it quick and brief. I really hope you guys learned some valuable lessons for this. This video is part 2. I know it kind of sounded more like a story time, but I hope you guys really did learn something from it, man. Be on the lookout for the next 2 videos after this. With that being said, peace and much love, guys. Continue to retain, man. You'll reap the benefits in due time, I promise. Peace.